Hello, and welcome to this session between Tech Mahindra and Fortinet. My name is Anand Dutta. I'm the head of Global Solutions, Presales, and Center of Excellence and Alliances at Tech Mahindra. I'm part of the Cybersecurity and Risk Management competency at Tech Mahindra. With me today is Nirav, Vice President of Products at Fortinet. And together we would be talking about a very interesting discussion about SASE, Secured Access Service Edge, which is a buzzword in the industry that you're hearing today. So we would understand the value of Fortinet SASE solution, the problems that it is resolving for our organization and our customers, and how can Tech Mahindra and Fortinet together bring an experience for our customers where they can understand the value of managed SASE powered by Tech Mahindra and Fortinet platforms. With that, I would also welcome Nirav to this session. Welcome to the session, Nirav. Nirav, can you tell us more about Fortinet SASE and why this solution has been growing in popularity so much?
Yeah, Anand, first of all, thank you for inviting me here. Really excited to talk about Fortinet and Tech Mahindra strategy together. Regarding your question, look, in today's market, when we talk to CIO and a CISO, there are two elements which are very important. One is how are we securing this hybrid workforce, which is going to remain hybrid for as we go forward, has become reality, as well as the applications continue to remain distributed. So this is the center idea of Fortinet developing a SASE solution. We call it unified SASE because we want to provide a service which is SaaS-based, cloud delivered, and fully integrates within our SD-WAN, which is industry leading, to provide that seamless user experience no matter where users are, and also seamless application access to any type of applications. So that is really what the SASE is all about, right? Secure access services edge for users and applications to provide a zero trust framework, at the same time having a security access which stays with them wherever they go. And that's really what it solved the problem. We want to make sure that no matter when users are traveling or working from home or working in office, how do we provide that AI powered security inline, inspected by Fortinet's cloud delivered security before they access anything, right? And the good thing is, and we'll talk more about it, but you have seen the history of Fortinet where we have pioneered the convergence of networking and security over the last 2 decades. And we continue to provide that same convergence in the cloud. And that's one of the reason our several customers who have used Fortinet innovations are now expanding into the SASE offering to take benefit of consistent security, consistent user experience while having that secure access. That is one of the core reason we see the Fortinet SASE solution is growing in popularity, because it's not a point solution. It is part of the broader one platform approach to provide the digital transformation, but also save cost, reduce point products. Now, Anand, maybe same thing. Based on your role at Tech Mahindra, I want to ask you, what are you hearing from your customers on why they are interested in moving to a SASE solution?
Yeah, absolutely, Nirav. So I think in line to what you just explained, I think our customers are also trying to understand what is the journey towards SASE, right? And they were interested to know more about SASE, but the benefits which they have understood or they would have heard from their peers or they would have seen the industry gain out of a SASE implementation are more towards how they are going to use it for their application infrastructure. Because SASE today, I think, doesn't care where the applications live, right? It can be an application which is on a centralized network. It could be a SaaS offering. It could be running in your private or public cloud or in your data center. SASE is distributed architecture, I feel, doesn't care about it. It gives the same kind of experience back to the user of using the application as if they're using it sitting in their office in their own data center, being hosted there, or whether they are sitting in a coffee shop or wherever. It is the application's performance become the same. I think that's one of the prime user experience point which is promoting the SASE. But the other, at the same time, the customers, the CISOs, together they are thinking probably SASE is one platform which would help them combine a lot of different security functions into one single system, right? Your remote browser isolation, zero trust network access, data loss prevention, malware protection, cloud security, access broker, and then also the firewall as a service. All these components combines together to make the SASE solution, and hence they would be able to use all of that in one single go and reap the benefits of them instead of using single point products there. And I think the biggest cost saving is around the reduced WAN cost, right? Because SASE would give you the same experience as you using of SD-WAN, but at the same time, it would be much more agile in terms of the expenses saved in terms of using an expensive MPLS or a lease circuit in favor of a VPN connectivity over a public internet, right? So I think that's what is very important, and the freedom it gives in terms of a distributed architecture. Like I said, it works in a distributed centralized management. It would give inefficiencies as typically would happen in a SD-WAN with a lot more flexibility in terms of choosing the products which you want in the framework and kind of reaping the benefits. I think these are the points which we have heard from our customers and which make SASE a very, very important solution for the customers as we go forward, right? So probably these are the aspects which are very, very important in today's world. But I think let's take it further. So, Nirav, how do you think in today's world, Fortinet's unified SASE is different from a standard SSC, right? Secure Service Edge solution. And what advantages Fortinet solution can provide for the customers? And also, probably if it would be helpful if you can also touch on what are the differences between an SSC and a SASE? I think this is one big question most of the customers are asking.
No, certainly, Anand. So let's start with the difference between SSC and SASE. Um, at the highest level, SASE is a framework, right? And in that SASE framework, it includes networking, which is dominantly SD-WAN running on-prem, and SSC, which is a cloud delivered security services edge running globally in a distributed network, right? So SSC, as you mentioned earlier, is a cloud delivered service that customers can just connect and to the nearest point of presence, which has all of these different features from secure web gateway, firewall as a service, ZTNA, CASB, and a lot more. Uh, and when you extend that to SD-WAN and make them together, it becomes a single vendor providing the SASE solution. So there are several vendors out there in the market, right? They either do SSE or they do single vendor SASE, or sometimes they do dual vendor SASE. Fortinet, number one thing is, one of the only vendor you will see that are recognized in the market for SSE, for single vendor SASE, and other network security market, which is really important. That our ability to be flexible in providing the solution that customers care about. Now, coming to your another question, what is Fortinet's unified SASE? Well, as the name
Yeah.
suggests, right, the big thing here is providing this entire architecture in a unified way. And why I mentioned unified is SSE and SASE includes 14 to 16 different functionality. Many vendors out there either acquire and stitch them together, or they OEM the security from other threat intelligence provider. Fortinet does not do that. This is completely organically built, all functionality offered in one SASE offering, which is also powered by the same security that we provide on firewall and SD-WAN. So truly an unified management, a unified offering combining everything, and a unified agent as well. So really that's where Fortinet truly differentiate. But if you still want to go a little bit deeper, the three areas that Fortinet truly sees are key advantages for customers over other vendors. Number one, how good is your network? Fortinet has now over 140 plus locations globally where we have point of presence to make sure customers can connect from anywhere to have that user experience, and the digital experience is built in, so we can also find out if there are issues. So having that scalable network is really important where we shine. Number two, this has to be flexible way to connect. How are you connecting to SASE matters a lot. You can connect via an agent, as I mentioned. You can connect via agentless or via SD-WAN. And most recently, we announced access point as well. So flexible connectivity is important. And lastly, it needs to have zero trust enforcement everywhere. In fact, Gartner says it's a universal ZTNA. Whether you are using
Absolutely.
SD-WAN or you're using SSE, can you provide that real-time zero trust enforcement where your applications are? So when you think about all of this now together, is where Fortinet is winning in this market because it is simple to use. It has offering that customers clearly see 3x to 5x ROI. And third, it remains a best security in place where this AI powered security is applied on SSE, on SD-WAN, everywhere customers are deploying. That's to me, Anand, where we are seeing a really good growth because of those key differentiator in making the flexibility. Now, let me ask you, Anand, right? I mean, we talked about SASE, SSE, but in what ways does Tech Mahindra tailor its services to complement Fortinet's unified SASE, ensuring a seamless digital integration for their clients?
Yeah, that's a great question. Tech Mahindra being a digital change agent, we are a digital transformation company, a global system integrator, right? So we think in the way where we make digital transformation for our customers seamless, right? And all the network transformation, application transformations that are happening where the network function virtualization or the applications moving from the on-premise implementation to the cloud implementations and also the SaaS versions, there has to be a journey for the customers, right? And we understand the functional and domain expertise that we have around the various industry and verticals in which we cater to across 90 plus countries. And we kind of bring the understanding of our industry and vertical understandings to these customers in terms of carving out that strategy for their adoption of SASE as a framework, right? And in that, we would also understand how fast, how seamlessly they can move between their applications being cloudified, their network being virtualized, their entire digital infrastructure being upgraded so that the integration of these services at a cloud level and the usage and adoption can become much more easier. So we kind of are looking at unified SASE as a great growth leveler in that because the services of the applications, like I talked about, in a application world where the applications are moving from on-prem to cloud, becomes much more easier because the customers don't need to compromise on their applications usage, their performance, and their scalability of the applications with the unified SASE. Because this service is scalable, like you said, so many functions are being plugged into one single platform. So I think that is a very important lever in terms of running this digital transformation for our customers. And our services of moving these application, network, and all other aspects to the cloud very fast and in a seamless fashion with the kind of implementation services, managed services, and the consultancy that we give around unified SASE is a complement to the way the customer will be adopting such a journey because it's not one single unified way of looking at moving all the customers. Every customer's adoption journey towards SASE would be different, and we understand that, and we would be carving out the roadmap for their transformation as per the need of the customer, as per the vertical or geography of the customer, and in the pace in which they want to move, versus the business in which they are, right? So that's what we bring in terms of the functional and domain expertise, our understanding of the SASE, our understanding of how the customer would be affected if this move doesn't work out in the way they want, and hence the aspects of bringing in the right services to the customer at the right time would be very, very important in this whole journey for the customer, right? So I hope that answers your question, Nirav. Um, Nirav, can you also share about any recent customers where they have implemented Fortinet SASE and what was the reason behind Fortinet, how and how you complemented the customer also with their platform?
Yeah, actually, Anand, your answer made a lot of sense. And let me just continue that journey approach to the customer implementation. We are a true believer that a lot of our customers also use a journey approach to our unified SASE, right? And I'll give you two examples of the recent customer win. One customer where is existing customer who has deployed firewall, deployed SD-WAN to get that security on-prem, and really the requirements were they wanted to protect the remote users and they wanted to provide that secure access to any application. So they purchased 40 SASE. This is one of the customer who is based in US, one of a very large school district. I'm talking about 300,000 plus users, that we are been on and off campus anytime. And really, what they achieved is they now achieved this true single vendor SASE solution where SD-WAN is integrated with SSE. When they are remote, the 40 SASE allows them to provide the secure access using agent or agentless for Chromebooks. But then having that approach of journey allowed them to go from firewall, SD-WAN, ZTNA, and now a full SASE deployment. They were able to reduce many point product that they were using for an SSE vendor, which was separate. The VPN vendor was separate. So they were able to consolidate all of this. And clearly they saw a huge benefit in simplify operation. At the same time, they saw the security overall has improved the posture of it while they see a reduction of cost spending, right? The second customer is unique where that was not an existing Fortinet customer, but they were using four different point product. They had a different product for SSE, for SD-WAN, for firewall, as well as for VPN, right? So you can imagine four different vendors that they were using, but they really like the idea of consolidating all of this to this SASE approach. And they get rid of this four different vendor, standardized on the Fortinet SASE. So this is one of an customer, again, global customer has an OT and IoT based. So they have their coal producer OT based factories that they have globally, and they implemented. In fact, their CISO was presenting with me at one of our large Accelerate conference just few weeks ago as well. So that's where, Anand, we are seeing, right, where existing customer as well as new customers using the journey approach to ultimately go and deploy this framework is where we are continuously seeing the momentum. Now, Anand, maybe,
Absolutely.
yeah, Anand, maybe to just continue on that discussion, I want to share two interesting things. I mentioned our Accelerate conference where we also announced new capabilities. So we just announced even more enhancement to our SASE platform. Number one, we are now bringing the remote browser isolation as part of 4D SASE. So already I mentioned 14 features. Now one more has been added through that unified console. Number two, the data prevention. So data loss prevention and data protection capabilities, we are now enhancing to even provide protection for generative AI. And lastly, the digital experience monitoring agent is part of our unified agent, as well as providing an end-to-end monitoring. So we are very much excited to add more capabilities on a monthly rapid release. Now, maybe I'll ask you, right, Anand? I mean, as we continue this partnership, I would love to hear from you a little bit more about Fortinet and Tech Mahindra and our approach to take this and continue to expand this partnership further.
No, no, absolutely. Fortinet relationship is a very important one for us. Fortinet is a strategic partner for Tech Mahindra, and we have been looking at various areas of engaging with Fortinet in various different domains. TechM is committed to ensure that we have the right skills within our teams. We build joint solutions for infrastructure security, solutions like SASE, security operations, and other security areas with Fortinet going forward. In terms of skills in-house, as I said, we have more than 120 plus Fortinet certified professionals today, and we are growing the numbers as we speak. And Techem is a global provider of consulting, and we are delivering capabilities on Fortinet solutions together in the cybersecurity as well as networking and many other areas of information technology as we speak. And I think Fortinet solutions are highly ranked by the industry analysts. So we see the customers' understanding of Fortinet as an important solution in this space. Their mindshare towards Fortinet is very high, and their acceptability of Fortinet is also very high. So we are frequently being requested by our customers, and we believe that they feel that there is a great value for the customers when they look at Fortinet. So in terms of value and features, I think Fortinet makes a great combination with the services of Tech Mahindra. And I think in terms of both the areas of integration with other third-party solutions, also Fortinet is making a lot of progress in terms of Fortinet products working very well with their other third-party products and complementary products. So I think it's a very good ecosystem between Fortinet and Techem, which is being created in terms of solving the problems for our customers towards their security journey and their security resiliency. And it's a great partnership, and we are very, very excited to grow that further with the kind of unified SASE solutions that we have launched here and continue to launch more as we move forward.
Awesome. That's great to hear, Anand. Thank you.
And thank you for your time also, Nirav. I think it was great to have the Fortinet SASE and Tech Mahindra's managed services solutions combined together, and the consulting and advisory services of Tech Mahindra also helping our customer towards a journey of towards for SASE and using the unified SASE offering that we are bringing together. So, any comments before we close the session, Nirav?
No, Anand, I think really enjoyed the discussion. Thank you for a very insightful questions and this partnership. I think, as you rightly said, the SASE as a market, there's a lot of interest, but we need to be clear on the business outcomes and the way we discussed. Hopefully, this will help our customers to better understand this technology. So, thank you again.